Ladies and gentlemen, in a world layered with facades, where appearance is often obscure reality, understanding a person's true character can feel like deciphering an intricate puzzle. Yet I propose that there are 5 critical behaviors observable and undeniable that expose the essence of who someone truly is. First, observe how they treat those they cannot benefit from. The waiter at the restaurant, the janitor cleaning the hallway, or the stranger they pass on the street, these interactions are not trivial. They are profound. Kindness toward those with no influence over our lives reflects a heart untainted by ego and an authenticity that needs no audience. Second, watch their response to adversity. It is easy to appear composed when life flows smoothly. But what about when the tides shift, when failure looms or criticism isn't? True character isn't just enduring hardship, it's doing so with grace, self-reflection, and the resolve to emerge stronger, not bitter. Third, pay attention to how they handle responsibilities, even those deemed insignificant. Whether it's showing up on time, honoring commitments, or taking care of the little things, these acts reveal the discipline and respect one holds for others and themselves. A person who shirks small duties often stumbles under the weight of larger ones. Fourth, notice their reaction to someone else's success. Do they celebrate it genuinely, or does envy creep into their words and demeanor? True character rests in the ability to applaud others without the shadow of insecurity, for confidence and humility go hand in hand. Finally, listen to how they speak about others when those individuals are absent. Words are powerful, they build bridges or burn them. Speaking ill of someone behind their back not only damages trust, but also reveals the cynicism and insecurity within. Character is not built in moments of ease, it is forged in struggle and sacrifice and in the unguarded interactions of daily life. If you wish to understand someone, truly understand them, do not be swayed by the curated persona they present. Look instead at these 5 aspects of their behavior, for in them lies the truth. And perhaps, as you do so, reflect on your own character. After all, in serving others, we often come face to face with the mirror of ourselves. Thank you. One of the most telling indicators of a person's true character is how they treat those from whom they have nothing to gain. This principle is simple yet profound, for it strips away pretense and reveals the core of an individual's values and humanity. When there is no reward to be earned, no favor to be returned, and no status to be enhanced, the interaction becomes a window into the person's unguarded self. Consider everyday encounters with people society often overlooks: a waiter serving at a restaurant, a janitor working late into the night, or a stranger struggling with their groceries. These individuals occupy roles that for many are easily dismissed as transactional or inconsequential. Yet, in these moments, the way one chooses to engage or not engage speaks volumes. A simple act of kindness, such as acknowledging their presence with a smile or offering assistance, reflects empathy and a recognition of shared humanity. On the other hand, indifference, impatience, or condescension reveals a lack of regard for others unless they hold something of tangible value. True character is not shaped by grand, performative acts, but rather by the consistency of small, unnoticed gestures. In a world where people are often judged by their achievements, wealth, or influence, treating those deemed less important with dignity requires an intentional rejection of such superficial metrics. It demonstrates a deeper understanding that worth is inherent and not dependent on status. The inability or unwillingness to extend this basic respect often signals a deficiency in emotional maturity or an overinflated sense of self-importance. What makes these interactions particularly revealing is their purity. There is no ulterior motive, no expectation of reciprocation. When someone is kind or considerate in these situations, it comes from an authentic place. Conversely, when they are dismissive, rude, or exploitative, it exposes the darker aspects of their personality, the parts masked in more socially advantageous settings. For instance, a person who showers their boss with compliments yet snaps at a server shows they are not inherently respectful, but rather calculating in their displays of politeness. Moreover, how someone treats others in these scenarios often influences their broader relationships. A person who habitually disregards or mistreats those with less power is likely to carry that mindset into other areas of life, creating an environment of inequality and distrust. Conversely, those who practice kindness and respect, regardless of the situation, foster connections built on mutual understanding and integrity. This behavior ripples outward, shaping communities and cultures rooted in compassion. The ultimate test lies in moments when no one is watching. Public decency is one thing, private kindness is another. Holding open a door for someone when there's no audience to applaud, thanking a cleaner who works unseen, or speaking respectfully to a telemarketer who interrupts your day, these are the markers of an individual whose moral compass points unwaveringly toward respect and kindness. In these seemingly minor interactions, the truth about someone's character is laid bare. It is here, in the unadorned exchanges of daily life, that one's values become visible and undeniable. The measure of a person's character is often most vividly revealed in how they respond to adversity. Life is unpredictable, and hardship is an inevitable part of the human experience. Whether it comes in the form of failure, loss, betrayal, or unforeseen challenges, adversity tests the very foundation of who we are. It strips away the superficial layers of confidence and composure, exposing our deepest values, resilience, and ability to adapt. In moments of struggle, the instinctive reaction is often to retreat, lash out, or succumb to despair. These reactions are deeply human, but they do not define character. What matters is what follows, the choices made in the wake of that initial response. Some individuals rise to the occasion, not because they are immune to pain or fear, but because they confront these emotions with courage and self-awareness. They refuse to be consumed by their circumstances, choosing instead to learn, grow, and persevere. Adversity is a mirror, reflecting the degree of an individual's emotional maturity and inner strength. Those with strong character approach hardship not as an insurmountable obstacle, but as an opportunity to better understand themselves and the world around them. They ask questions that challenge their perspective. What can I learn from this? How can I grow? What actions can I take to improve my situation? This mindset allows them to transform even the most challenging situations into stepping stones for progress and self-discovery. Conversely, some respond to adversity with blame, bitterness, or self-pity. They externalize their problems, assigning responsibility to others or rather than taking ownership of their role in overcoming the challenge. This reaction, while natural, often perpetuates the struggle, making it harder to break free from the cycle of defeat. A person's ability to move past this stage and take meaningful action demonstrates the strength of their character and their capacity for growth. Equally telling is how someone treats others during times of personal hardship. Do they isolate themselves, lashing out at loved ones or withdrawing support? Or do they strive to maintain relationships and uphold their commitments despite their own difficulties? The ability to remain compassionate and considerate, even while navigating one's own struggles, reflects a depth of character that cannot be faked or forced. Adversity also reveals the values a person holds most dear. When under pressure, individuals are forced to make choices that prioritize some principles over others. Do they cling to integrity, even when it's inconvenient, or do they compromise their values in pursuit of easier solutions? Do they remain honest and accountable, or do they cut corners and deflect responsibility? These decisions speak volumes about who they are at their core. Ultimately, adversity is not just a challenge to overcome, it is a crucible in which character is forged. It strips away illusions, leaving behind the raw truth of an individual's resilience, integrity, and humanity. How one faces adversity defines not only their present, but also shapes the path they take into the future. A person's treatment of their responsibilities offers profound insight into their character and values. Responsibilities, whether large or small, are the promises we make to ourselves and others. They represent trust, accountability, and the ability to contribute meaningfully to the world around us. How someone approaches their obligations, be they personal, professional, or communal, reflects not only their discipline and reliability, but also their respect for the interconnectedness of human lives. Some responsibilities are visible and carry significant weight, such as caring for a family, leading a team, or managing a critical task. Others are smaller, often overlooked, like returning a borrowed item, meeting a deadline, or simply showing up on time. While the magnitude of the responsibility may vary, the principles underlying its fulfillment remain constant. Those who honor even the smallest commitments demonstrate a deep understanding that every action, no matter how minor, contributes to a larger framework of trust and integrity. When someone treats their responsibilities with care and attention, they communicate respect not only for the task itself, but also for the people who depend on them. This reliability fosters an environment where trust can thrive. On the other hand, neglecting responsibilities often leads to a breakdown in relationships and systems. Whether it's failing to deliver on a promise or ignoring the consequences of one's actions, such behavior reveals a lack of foresight and consideration for others. Fulfillment of responsibilities also reflects an individual's sense of self-discipline. It requires effort to consistently follow through, especially when faced with distractions, competing priorities, or the temptation to take shortcuts. Those who approach their obligations with dedication show a capacity for delayed gratification and a commitment to doing what is right over what is easy. This trait becomes especially important in situations where immediate rewards are absent, emphasizing the individual's internal drive rather than external incentives. Equally revealing is how someone handles responsibilities that they may not personally enjoy or find fulfilling. It is easy to commit to tasks aligned with one's passions or aspirations, but the true test lies in fulfilling duties that are mundane or challenging. Taking out the trash, completing paperwork, or supporting a colleague's project may not feel particularly rewarding, yet how one handles these tasks often demonstrates their respect for the greater good and their ability to persevere through unglamorous moments. How individuals prioritize their responsibilities amidst adversity is another telling aspect. Do they rise to the occasion, balancing competing demands with grace, or do they allow pressure to justify neglect? Crisis situations often reveal whether someone views responsibility as an anchor to steady them or a burden to escape. Their response shapes not only how others perceive them, but also how they perceive themselves. The treatment of responsibilities reflects a person's understanding of their role within a larger context. It is not merely about completing tasks, but about acknowledging one's impact on the lives of others. Responsibility, treated with care and diligence, becomes a profound expression of character, shaping both individual and collective success. A person's reaction to the success of others is a powerful indicator of their true character. Success, by its nature, can evoke a range of emotions in observers, from admiration and inspiration to envy and resentment. How one chooses to respond in these moments reveals their capacity for humility, security, and a genuine appreciation for the achievements of others. It is in this response that the depth of a person's emotional and social maturity becomes apparent. Celebrating someone else's success requires more than polite acknowledgement. It demands a genuine appreciation of their effort and accomplishment. This reaction reflects an individual's ability to step outside of their own ego and view another's achievements as something to be admired rather than a threat to their own standing. People who are secure in their identity and confident in their own abilities find it easier to applaud others sincerely. They recognize that someone else's success does not diminish their own worth, but instead enriches the collective human experience by demonstrating what is possible. Conversely, feelings of envy or resentment often emerge from insecurity or a scarcity mindset that success is finite and that someone else's gain inherently means their loss. When a person responds to another's achievement with criticism, passive-aggressive remarks, or an attempt to downplay the accomplishment, it often reveals an internal struggle with their own self-worth. These responses are not merely reflections of jealousy, but also highlight a lack of emotional maturity and an inability to separate personal value from external validation. The ability to celebrate the success of others also underscores an individual's sense of community and their willingness to foster collaboration rather than competition. Those who uplift and support others create environments where mutual growth thrives. They understand that success is rarely achieved in isolation, and that recognizing the victories of others strengthens bonds and builds networks of trust and goodwill. In contrast, those who undermine or belittle others' achievements often create toxic dynamics that erode relationships and stifle collective progress. How someone reacts to other success is particularly telling in situations where the achiever occupies a similar space or field. For example, a colleague receiving a promotion, a peer excelling in a shared passion, or a friend reaching a milestone can provoke comparisons and self-reflection. In these moments, those with a strong sense of character channel any feelings of inadequacy into motivation rather than resentment. They view the success of others as a reminder of what can be achieved and use it as fuel to improve themselves rather than as a reason to criticize or withdraw. Moreover, reactions to success often have a ripple effect. Genuine encouragement and celebration can inspire others to pursue their goals, creating a culture of support and shared accomplishment. On the other hand, responses rooted in envy or bitterness can discourage and alienate, sowing seeds of division rather than connection. Intelligence and understanding of human interconnectedness is a behavior that transcends the moment, leaving lasting impressions on relationships and shaping the environments they inhabit. How someone speaks about others in their absence offers a profound glimpse into their character, values, and emotional maturity. These conversations, often conducted without the constraints of accountability, reveal a person's true feelings and intentions. When the subject of discussion is not present to defend themselves or to shape the narrative, the speaker's words become a reflection of their inner world and how they perceive and treat others. Speaking positively about someone who is not present demonstrates respect, integrity, and generosity of spirit. It reflects an understanding that the words we choose can uplift or harm, even when the person being discussed is not there to hear them. Praising someone's accomplishments, acknowledging their strengths, or even sharing constructive observations about their challenges in a compassionate manner shows that the speaker values fairness and kindness. This approach strengthens trust and fosters a culture of mutual respect, where people feel safe in their absence as well as their presence. Speaking negatively about others when they are not around often reveals deeper insecurities or unresolved personal issues. Gossiping, belittling, or spreading unfounded criticisms can indicate a need to elevate oneself by diminishing others. Such behavior often stems from feelings of inadequacy, envy, or resentment. Instead of confronting these emotions internally, some individuals project them outward, using their words as weapons to attack the character or reputation of others. This not only harms the person being spoken about, but also diminishes the speaker in the eyes of those who hear them. How someone talks about others also reflects their ability or inability to navigate conflicts maturely. Instead of addressing issues directly and constructively, some people resort to venting or complaining about others behind their backs. While venting might provide temporary relief, it rarely leads to resolution and often creates further division. In contrast, those who choose to handle disagreements with honesty and respect, even in private conversations, demonstrate emotional intelligence and a commitment to maintaining healthy relationships. Another revealing aspect is how individuals share sensitive or confidential information about others. Those who casually disclose private matters or use secrets as a form of leverage demonstrate a lack of discretion and reliability. It signals that they may prioritize their own interests or momentary attention over the trust placed in them. On the other hand, individuals who safeguard others' confidences, even when tempted to share them, exhibit loyalty and a strong moral compass. The impact of how one speaks about others extends beyond the immediate conversation. When people consistently hear someone speaking negatively or gossiping, it erodes trust. They begin to wonder if they might also become the target of such conversations when absent. In contrast, consistently positive or balanced discussions build confidence that the speaker is fair, principled, and trustworthy. The way someone speaks about others when they are not present serves as a litmus test for their integrity, empathy, and emotional depth. Words have power, and choosing them carefully, even in private, reflects a person's true character and their understanding of the value of respect in all interactions. The ability to adapt to change is one of the most revealing measures of a person's character. Change is an inevitable part of life, presenting itself in various forms, shifts in circumstances, unexpected challenges, or opportunities that require us to step outside of our comfort zones. How someone responds to these changes reveals not only their resilience, but also their willingness to grow. Their mindset and their ability to navigate uncertainty with grace and determination. When faced with change, some individuals embrace it with curiosity and openness. They recognize that adaptability is essential for personal growth and see change as an opportunity to learn and evolve. These individuals understand that resisting change often leads to stagnation, while embracing it allows for new possibilities to unfold. This mindset requires humility, the willingness to admit that one does not have all the answers, and courage. In the tapestry of human interactions and experiences, true character is not revealed through grand gestures or carefully curated appearances, but through the subtle, everyday moments that test our values and integrity. How we treat those we cannot benefit from, respond to adversity, handle responsibilities, react to others' success, and speak about people in their absence. All of these are windows into who we truly are. These behaviors, while often unnoticed, are profound in their implications. They shape the trust we build, the respect we earn, and the legacy we leave behind in the lives of others. True character is not a performance, it is a reflection of the principles that guide us when no one is watching, the choices we make in moments of challenge, and the consistency with which we honor our commitments to ourselves and others. By understanding and observing these aspects, we not only gain insight into the character of others, but are also invited to reflect on our own. For in striving to see the best in others, we often uncover the best within ourselves. And it is through this pursuit of integrity, compassion, and authenticity that we shape a world built on trust and mutual respect.